Hi, this is Marti Murphy of tappingreallyworks.com, and welcome back to my free video series called Take the Big Leap. And in the video today, what I'd like to talk to you about is your dismissed child. That's the term I've coined for this part of you that was developed in early childhood, but it's that child in you that really never got their say. It's the part of you that was virtually dismissed. And I've said this many times before. It's as innocuous as this. You're a little kid, you're hungry, you've had a snack recently, but you walk into the kitchen and you tell your mom, "Mom, I'm hungry." And she tells you, "You can't possibly be hungry. You just had a snack." So what downloads for you as a child is, I can't trust myself. I'm having a physical sensation. I'm hungry. But my mom's telling me I shouldn't be hungry because I just had a snack. So I must not be able to trust myself. It's as simple as that. And then it can be to the extreme where you're actually physically abused, emotionally abused, and anything in between. It can happen with teachers, the religion we're raised in, our society, where as a child you get messages that chip away at your self-esteem. I'm a firm believer when we come into this world, we're open and exploratory and full of life. And we want to know more, and we're so curious, and we already know so much in us, and we come in and trust ourselves, knowing we want to explore more of what there is to offer, and yet slowly over time, that gets chipped away in us. And I know for myself how it showed up for me is just this belief that, I couldn't be angry. I couldn't have my feelings. Anytime my feelings were cast aside, or I was told, "You shouldn't feel that way," or "You think you have it bad. Think about such and such that has this plight in life." It was all the ways that I was taught not to own my feelings and not to be allowed to feel however I felt. Even as simple as, there's children starving in India. You should eat every bit of food on your plate, yet you didn't like the food you were served and you didn't want to eat it. Yet you got this message that basically your feelings don't matter. And basically, do as I say, not as I do. And as we grow up that way, we learn to not trust ourselves and we learn to stuff our feelings. And I know for me, I was masterful at stuffing them. And when I stopped stuffing them and allowed myself to start feeling, it was pretty frightening for me because I noticed I couldn't even name feelings. Pretty much I knew I was confused most of the time. But to be able to really get in touch with what I was feeling, like, God, I'm feeling hurt that they said this to me, or I'm feeling pissed that they told me I can't do this, or I'm feeling pissed because I was told how I'm feeling is wrong. Or if I question something, like I was raised in Catholic school, and I had this tendency to question things that I was taught initially. And I got put down a lot for that. And I noticed at times I'd end up in the principal's office. And it was never because I was a bad kid. It was because I was curious. And a lot of times what these adults or these authority figures were telling me didn't make sense to me. And I would question it. But I learned over time to shut up and to stop feeling and to stop thinking so much for myself. And I personally believe I got brainwashed into believing all these beliefs that really inherently did not make sense to me. And in my mind, I kept building up feelings that just got rammed down in me that I learned to stuff down in myself. So I became pretty explosive internally, yet I didn't even know that. I would have inappropriate anger at different times because I was never allowed to have my anger or any other feeling appropriately in the moment. And it's like I used to say, wow, I think I'm calm and peaceful, but just get two hangers together and I'm a maniac. And I could sail through large crises pretty easily, but the little things were the things that set me off, where it seemed like the emotions I were having were really inappropriate to the situation that was going on. And have you ever felt that way? Have you ever noticed something happens, and to the general public it might seem pretty minor, but your reaction is explosive. Your reaction, when you think about it, seems really over the top. And what I've come to learn is there is so much more going on below the surface internally with us. That's why we're having the reactions we are. That's why it seems so explosive. That's why we're told once again, that's an inappropriate behavior for what's going on. Because that's what we've been told our whole life. Our feelings don't matter. We're not allowed to have them. They're inappropriate. So this dismissed child downloads all of this. And I'm a firm believer with EFT, tapping, you can give voice to this child in you that never got the voice, and do it in the healthiest possible way. And that's what I want to start out with in this video, is to give a voice to that child in you that never got the say, that never got to feel what they really feel. And I've said this in other videos. For me, the first emotion was rage. It was not anger. And now looking back on that, I realize it was because a number of things. I was raised by a father who had PTSD, who just displayed rage around the house all the time. So I was really familiar with that emotion. But also it was the culmination of just having feelings just pushed down and pushed down and pushed down in me, to the point that it was like I was ready to explode. So when I stopped stuffing my emotions, it was like, bah! There it was coming out. And I've talked in other videos how I didn't have the benefit of EFT at that time. I used to take a baseball bat to my mattress and just wham it out. And I don't recommend that, because I torqued my neck a couple times. That shows you the level of anger and frustration that I had in me. So I have learned through EFT and through a lot of inner work and tapping to really free myself more and more. And now I can do it on a daily basis to free myself, so that my emotions aren't piling up and stacking on top of each other, because now I can daily release them, or at least within a few days get through the feelings, so that I'm not creating more of a volcano, an inner eruption that's about to explode in me. And I highly encourage you to tap along on this video. And I'm going to go with anger, because I think it's an emotion that's really one of the most forbidden emotions. It's like it's not appropriate, it's not okay, don't feel it, or there's only appropriate situations to show it. And even that's pretty questionable. So I'm going to go along with this tapping sequence, and we're just starting the karate chop, and follow along with me. Even though I know I have an inner anger that I have never really allowed myself to express, I choose to accept that I feel this way. Even though I want to get more in touch with my genuine feelings of anger, because I know they're in me anyway. I deeply and profoundly accept myself no matter what. Even though I have inner anger, and I have all the messages that tell me it's inappropriate, I deeply and profoundly accept myself anyway. This inner anger, it's not appropriate. Keep it to yourself. Don't say anything. Be quiet. You'll get in trouble Be a good girl. Be a good boy. Don't be inappropriate. You have nothing to be angry about. You have it made. Don't get angry. It's not okay. Don't tell them what you really think. That's not appropriate either. Don't get angry. Be quiet. Shh. Shut up. Oh, stop crying. Oh, stop whining. You think you have it bad? Think of children in other countries. They don't even have toys. What are you so upset about? Look how good you have it. Look how great your life is. Stop feeling that. Be appropriate. But I'm angry anyway. I'm still pissed. That's not helping me. Now I'm more pissed. I just want to feel what I feel. I want that to be okay. Why are you telling me it's not? I'm angry. Why can't I be angry? That hurt my feelings. And now you're telling me not to be upset. But I am upset. I'm hurt. And I'm angry. Stop telling me not to feel. Stop it. I just want my feelings to be okay. I want them to be acknowledged. Stop it. Leave me alone. Get out of my face. Go away. Let me pout. I'll get over it. If I can just feel it. I will get through this. But I want my feelings to be okay. Now take a deep breath. That tapping round is really just to start getting you in touch with what happened as a little kid. And yours probably didn't go down exactly that way, but it can be some variation of that. But I suspect there's some truth to some parts of that where it's like, oh, don't feel that. Oh, what do you have to cry about? Look how good your life is. It's all the ways that we're shushed down. And have you ever felt good when you're having a strong feeling about someone and someone tries to get you out of it and be like, oh, you don't have it that bad. Really, think about these people. They have it so much worse than you. Does that ever feel good? Ever? It's never felt good to me. It's like basically that's this subtle way that I'm told, don't have your feelings. They're not okay. The truth is, I don't care in that moment what's going on with someone else. They can have way worse things going on in their life. But right now, right here, what's happening to me is relevant to me. It's important to me. I don't want to compare myself to somebody who has it worse than me. And I don't want to compare myself to someone who has it better than me. I want whatever I feel to be valid and valid to me. And anytime we're told to, oh, don't think that way, don't feel that way, it's telling us our feelings aren't valid. And I say, forget about that. Put that on the shelf. Yes, there's always going to be people on the planet who have worse lots in life than you, and always people on the planet who have it better off than you. Your place is valid. Your feelings are valid. And this is all about letting you have your feelings, whatever they are. Not shushing them, not saying, oh, don't feel that way because it's not okay. Somebody's got it worse than you. It's you and your feelings. No matter what they are, they're valid. And I'm a firm believer, and I see this in the work that I do. If you really allow for your feelings in a safe place, in a safe environment, I highly recommend you do that with a practitioner, you're going to set yourself free. Because now you actually get to own your feelings. You get to feel them. And they get to do what they're intended to do. Move through you in a very free way. Instead of stuffing them down and like, oh God, I shouldn't feel that way. It's not okay. I say, screw that. Feel your feelings. But do it in a healthy way. Do it with someone who can witness it for you, tap through it, and help you get through it. So it is done appropriately. So you're not coming unglued on someone in a way that you regret afterwards. Go ahead and come unglued, but do it privately with yourself or with the help of a practitioner, and give your feelings full flower. And then when you're encountering that person, you are much more likely and able and capable to feel appropriate about it, to be like, and just to even say, I'm really pissed about that. And what you did really hurt my feelings. And it's probably going to take me some time to get through that, but I know I will. But I want my feelings. And if in that instance, someone is trying to talk you out of, because of their own discomfort with you feeling the way you do, just be like, I get you're uncomfortable with it. I've got to feel this way till I don't feel this way anymore. And the way you'll be able to get more and more to that place is to own them for yourself, to give them to yourself. That's what our dismissed child is all about. It's that part in you that just never got to feel what you really wanted to feel and to have your time with that. You got shushed down, put down, oh, ooh, don't say that, don't speak out of turn, don't tell them that. And then it builds up to the point where it feels like our emotions are really inappropriate because we're exploding at a time that it seems like, wow, like what was that all about? There's nothing wrong with you if you have what appear to be inappropriate emotions in an instance because it just got so pushed down in you. This is the chance to get your say, to have your feelings, and to really own them for yourself so you can truly set yourself free and keep leaping into a life you love so that you can take that big leap. So thanks for being here, and work through that worksheet, and I'll see you on the next video.